Hey guys, Spirit of the Law here. Now I know what you're thinking, hold the phone, these graphics look a little better than they normally do. Well, that's actually because I'm trying out a new setup, I guess, with some recording stuff and a new program, and we're going to see how this compares. And so I just want to make kind of a test game and just make sure that everything's going, all the sound's going to work, and the graphics look good, and it uploads just fine. So, as well, this is a game I played yesterday, and this game is actually a lot of fun too. And I thought it's got a little bit of everything, and you'll see. So here I am, I'm the pocket player. It's a 3 versus 3, and the map is Scandinavia, I believe, yeah, which means no berry bushes, so you gotta adjust your build a little bit, although you do get water, or some people get water nearby, not red so much. But yeah, so I'm Spanish, and just researching them a little bit, maybe do a civ overview of them at some point. And I'm in the pocket, and on my left flank, or to the northwest of the map, we have Franks as one of my allies. Frank's not the best on the side, because for Franks you're going to want to go for knights, and kind of the same thing for Spanish too. So we're going to have a lot of knights on the field, potentially. And so you also don't get any fuel pressure from him. And also at the bottom we have another, well actually Mongols are a really good rushing civilization, but even better late game civilization. So that's my other ally. Doing the one sheep at a time thing, yeah, see that's the hard thing, is you put them over here, then you just forget about them, and they end up standing around. I do that all the time too, man, no worries. Okay, so this is our team on the left, and on the other side of the map, in the green, also is the Mongols, we have Mr. Kleekus. He also has a YouTube channel that you should check out, and he does a lot of commentaries and stuff. Probably similar, I would say, skill level to me. I don't know, probably, roughly, I would say. Anyway, so if you like my stuff, you probably like his too. And so he's on the other team though, so he's the bad guy today. And also in their pocket we have the Teutons, which, yeah, I don't know, Teutons, I guess kind of think of them as like a late-ish game kind of civ. So it'd be interesting to see what he ends up going for, and if he ends up trying for knights or not. And on their corner they have Mayans, which are just a great all-around civilization for feudal pressure, for castle, for Imperial, just, yeah. I know I talked about him in the civ overview. Right, so going back to me, I'll try to focus on everybody, but you know, playing the game, I know mostly from my perspective what's going on. So, taking, I think, just one of my boar, maybe I took them both, I can't remember at this point. Oh yeah, get my second one in here now. And trying to get a little bit of a water thing happening, get a couple fishing ships, at least explore the area. It's kind of hard because you can't see where the big fish are from the shore until after you build the dock, so kind of lucky that I built it more over here beside these rather than kind of in the middle of nowhere where there aren't too many fishing ships or too many fish around. But there's a ton back here. Holy cow, so many fish. So trying to do a little bit of a wall up with these, and just giving a friendly reminder to my allies, although red not in the best position for that. So red again going for nice little deer patch and boar together, although okay, yeah, he does have a hole. I thought he was walling it separately from his town. Right, so gonna go for castle up there as well, and that's probably, whoa, holy cow, that's a lot of wood villagers, I guess, to get out fish. Gotta go for that one though, man. You get the fish way faster. And going for a wall up of houses, nothing wrong with that. It's nice to make some use of your houses, and yeah, I'm getting housed, jeez. And so up here again we're seeing kind of the fish. A little bit of Mongols do get that nice boost from hunting deer. So putting up the dock a little bit later and going for more of a deer thing, that makes sense to me. Putting up at the barracks, so looking like maybe some early aggression plan, probably going to go up pretty soon. And what's having forward wall off here from the Teutons, that kind of makes sense. We'll speed things up until something happens. Choosing, oh yeah, he is going for the dock. So again, choosing quite a few on wood, taking advantage of those cheaper farms, nothing wrong with that. And what's happening down here with the Mayans? Yeah, don't ring the town bell. It's like a little pro tip. But also going out here for the deer, etc. Nothing wrong with that. Oh yeah, so I was just doing some scouting. Oh yeah, that's my scout just running around. It's kind of nice to know where people are. Just get an idea of, especially if you look at the scores, you can say, okay, well, we really got to watch that player, and they're on that flank. And speaking of which, we are seeing some scouts coming out from Mr. Kleekus here as the Mongols. Obviously, if we can just check that out for a second. If you don't know, the Mongols do get some bonuses, or I guess that's just light cavalry, but their hunters do work faster, and they get a bigger line of sight. So Scout Rush is very good. And is he going to go in? No, just going right by. Probably should have gone for those and gotten a few picks. Okay, he's going in here, upsetting the wood line. Manages to lose one scout, but not too bad. Manages to disrupt and completely disorganize all these workers, so that is definitely worth it. Going for the gold, good plan. So obviously going for gold is going to prevent... let's jump to him now. So denying gold is going to prevent him from being able to go up. So even if he gets all the food that he needs, he won't be able to go up to Castle Age. And as the Franks, you really want to get to Castle Age as quickly as possible. So this is a good raid. Although I think I should go back here. These villagers seem a little out of position, to be honest. And getting some spears. Yeah, I could probably... Yeah, just 3 spears. Good. So just a couple. Just enough to deter the scouts. And then just... Probably a good idea to put the spears around the base or something. Just to make sure that the scouts don't come back. Although I still feel like these villagers are incredibly exposed. But overall, that was a good raid by Cleacus there. He knows what he's doing. So, sending the scouts back out again. And I bet you it's got to be going for these villagers out here. Interesting. Keeping an eye on the stone. Okay. And just give you an idea about what else is going on the map. I've done a little bit of a fish boom, as you can see. Something I like to do. Keeps my number of town centers pretty low. And a little bit of attack up there and doing a little bit of walling. That's good. Just got to get that wall up and you can keep the scouts. Oh, yeah. Not good. Uh-oh. Because unfortunately once you go to Feudal Age as well, the scouts get a bunch of extra. So these scouts are really paying for themselves right now. Although he is going Castle Age. And what's happening down here with the Mayans? Oh, castle drop. Okay, I do remember something about that happening. And a siege workshop. So a fast castle coming here from... Yeah. Fast castle, and obviously having to go very heavy on stone. But the point is that you can get those plumed archers. And I don't have the plumed archers mod. Sorry guys. I tried to get it, but I couldn't get it to work. I think something about the update, but there's like a mod out there that the plumed archers become the plumbed archers, and they have plums for heads, just like I asked for in my Civ overview of them. I don't know if it was related to me or if it was just you know, it's a good idea. It just had to get out there. So some good pressure down here. So at the moment, I'm sending my knights up north to try to fight off the scouts, which have turned around and run, and I think at some point here, maybe he already did, I'm gonna get a request for assistance from Yellow, who's on the side. So meanwhile, like, I've been completely untouched, and I'm able to put out some knights. Got a nice economy, got a nice fish boom happening in the back. So it's kind of my job as the pocket player to just go out and to try to protect basically wherever I'm needed. And luckily knights are pretty good against this particular combo of units. Although we're also getting some pressure up here, so I'm gonna have to send some stuff around the map and be a little bit everywhere at once while there's some pressure on my flanks here. So sending out the knights, should probably be focusing down this mangonel. I don't think I was paying attention. I think they went and did that by themselves, and also just trying to put some knights up here and just make sure that I'm around the map helping my ally get to work. And so fighting, and it took out the mangonel. I thought he could probably handle the ram, and so I'm gonna send my guys in, and we're feeling way too on the defensive right now. So let's just go back. Fog of War, right. So I'm sending my units in here to try to raid both of their flanks. I'm in here getting in on Mr. Cleacus, trying to take out the wood line. No reason I'm specifically attacking wood, just kind of saw an advantage there. And sending some knights in, again attack the wood line, attack the gold. This is a good idea, putting town centers all over the place though, because then not only is he shooting at my knights, but he can also hide his units a little bit better. So I'm running through trying to just take out whatever I can, but I'm losing a lot of knights, I'm not gonna lie. Well, meanwhile my ally's in a bit of trouble. I probably should have sent some more knights in. I didn't really realize what was going on. That being said, hey, this is going pretty well, and we managed to, even just the death of the villager cost is paid for these knights over here. So it's one of those things whoa, that's awfully aggressive. I didn't notice that Red had sent an army of spearmen in here. Okay, and just run over. These guys were hidden away, so like, look how long he's garrisoning that. Like, that's perfect. So you just let the knights wait, and eventually he'll ungarrison those and I can go back in and raid. But whoops, terrible pocket player. I wasn't really helping my ally here. He's going with the mangonel only build. Yeah, that's tough. And going with the town center. Sorry to interrupt you there, Spirit, but you've got to check out this epic mangonel. Watch this guy right here. They should have a movie about this guy. He shows up, he takes him out. Then what's he gonna do? He's gonna go take out this guy. He's gonna take out another guy. He's gonna move around. This guy's just got a mind of his own. He's gonna take out this guy. How many guys is this mangonel taking out? And now he's gonna come up here? I mean, the base is gone, but he doesn't care. He's just gonna keep going. And he takes out these villagers. This guy's a hero. This guy should have a medal. This guy, I swear, should have a movie. Somebody make a movie about this guy. Mungo the Mangonel. And so Mr. Kleekus up at the top. Now he's got a nice cavalry, and I don't even have any units up there anymore. I've just been raiding, and so I'm not sure this is actually going all that well. So here I am at 100, and other ally, what's he at? He's at 78, and Medic, yeah, on 38. So he's actually lost his town center from that battering ram that I said he could probably handle. Whoops. And luckily, though, Red with his Franks just came out with some knights, get a nice little knight exchange over here. And gonna be able to drive them away. Luckily enough, and meanwhile, so I still have my knights around here. And, so right, he gave us his resources. So Yellow wasn't sure if he was gonna really stick it out, but I thought he should. And running those knights back across the map and getting them pinned against the corner there, just chasing them down. So how's the other team doing? Miss Kleekus is on 80, and who's their other? 70. Okay, not bad. Haven't seen too much from Purple yet. I guess he's sending pikemen. Probably not bad, seeing how knight heavy we are. Guys, terrible update about Mungo the Mangonel. He has decided that he's going to move forward in a suicide attack against a castle, and he goes down. I am sorry to be the one to have to report this. Back to you, Spirit. And I guess my knights are just coming back just in time to get killed by the pikes. Good timing, Spirit. And what else have we got over here? Who's the other player? Yes. Mouse on 64. So actually did end up holding him back quite a bit, which was good. And still lots of knights out here. So this isn't looking as bleak as it was there for a sec. I'm trying to spread out, still going with my fish boom, although I'm not really paying attention. It's going to be taking shorefish. But yeah, just trying to spread out. Unfortunately, we have this giant ice shield across this whole piece of the map, which is kind of weird. Anyway, so finally got some more knights. This probably would have been good 10 minutes ago. And trying to build a castle, because look at all this gold right here. We got gold here, we got gold here, and here. So we have to hold on to this gold. And this is enough gold for everybody. I think it's right between our bases. I think it's a combination of a couple of our piles happening right in between. And managed to rebuild this town center, which is obviously ideal. And we also have some gold up here, I guess. And yeah, so just like that, we were having a lot of lag issues. That's part of why I didn't do a live commentary on this. I did live commentate it, but I didn't end up doing that because we had a lot of lag, and at one point Miss Kleekus actually dropped. So this is now a 3v2, which was pretty unfortunate. I wasn't super stoked on that. It was turning out to be a really good battle. And so now it's going to be 3 versus 2, although to be fair, Yellow's kind of out of it at this point. So it's kind of like a 2.5 versus 2. Yeah. So we'll catch another one sometime, Kleekus. And yeah, he was looking really good, very well. Lots of defense, lots of farms. He had a fish boom going in the back, so that's unfortunate. Okay, so like I said, we're going for the gold in the middle, and at this point, you know, you're thinking, okay, so it's 3 versus 2. We kind of got this. We'll just go Imperial, and we'll get some military out, and we'll just finish this up, right? So I think Red was trying to get a castle up here, and that ended up getting denied by these. So I'm just gonna throw one up instead, and we got a couple castles. I think I got 3 castles here. I went a little crazy on stone in this game, I'm not gonna lie. And Yellow managing up to get a castle up as well. So we have basically all the fighting is happening down here. We have Purple down here. We have Teal a little bit down here, although I think he's mostly booming back home. Yeah, I think that's what's going on. And so we're going for like this middle push, get some monks out. I got some conquistadors. Conquistadors, not too bad against pikes. Obviously you have to micromanage them, but pretty good. So this is pretty costly. I'm just basically repairing my wall or my castle. You might think, well, why would you do that? That's a waste of a whole ton of. Look at that stone go. Well, the whole point is I want to get some trebuchets out and some conquistadors so I can just take this out. I wasn't sure if there's some kind of hill advantage here. It's a little tough to tell with the hills. Yeah, especially in snow kind of maps. I don't know, I just find it a little tough to tell. But we're getting lots of infantry, and yeah, keep those knights back, man. Don't do it. Not against pikes or halberdiers and Teutonic knights. Don't do it. But yeah, so get some villages to repair these. Maybe we can hold them up for a little bit. I think I should have been making more. I don't know what I'm doing. What? I don't know. What's going on here? I don't even know. And so yellow has actually joined it, so it is 2.5, almost 3 versus 2 now, because we're actually getting some Mangadai, which is going to be perfect because they're great against the pikes and they're great against the trebuchets. Just an awesome unit, a very difficult unit to counter. And I'm not sure there's a real reason. I guess I'm low on gold. I don't know why I'm going for skirmishers. Kind of anti-pike as well. And what's going on? We're just kind of booming back here. Fair enough. Still doing the fish thing, kind of. And gotta start moving my lumber camps around. Yeah, so lots going on. A little bit of a stalemate here. Just running in and taking out units with the Mangadai, which is a good idea. And we'll speed things along here. We're just gonna see. It's pretty stalemated here at the moment. We gotta get a bigger army out. I'm trying to get trade up, I believe. Yeah, queuing a ton of trade carts and trading. Unfortunately, up in this corner. Just kind of a pro tip: try not to hide your markets in behind stuff and build around it, because trade carts can get stuck, etc. So I go with the town center boom over here, right here, and yeah, maybe more on that later. But for right now, you know, it is starting to be a 3 versus 2, and this does kind of turn into. I'm a little surprised I didn't resign at this point, just because, you know, 3 versus 2, and all 3 of us are here. And there's just basically a castle, and there's a little bit, and there's not too much behind it. So whenever we feel ready to push, we can probably take this castle down. Well, that being said, yellow is a little bit farther behind. So let's see population. I'm at 250. Red is at 150. Mr. Kleekus obviously has been gone for a little while. And so that's our ally at 64. He's still recovering. And 128 and 120. You might say, well, holy cow, how do you have so much military spirit? Well, I don't actually. I've got about 30. So where are all the units coming from? Well, they're all over here. And I'm making a ton of villagers. And you might be saying, what is up with that? Shouldn't you be making military? Well, guys, this is my military. I'm Spanish. And as part of just kind of practice with the general Spanish Civ overall, I'm getting more and more curious about how good these guys are as fighters. So we might see them make an appearance in the battle at some point. In fact, here they come. So, you know, 3 versus 2, we're not going to take it too seriously. And here come the villagers. All of the villagers. And this is good with Indians, but you know it's even better with Spanish, because look at that, 80 health, 9 attack, 3 and 4 armor. Whereas if we take like just a generic villager, 40 health, 3 attack, it's not even comparable. So unfortunately we had so much lag, it was really hard to get these villagers to do anything. But they're all bringing wood, they're all bringing gold, I don't know why. And we're just going to send them in and just see what happens. I mean, we're pretty stalemated here anyway. I could probably be building some stuff. But so many villagers, and it's the villager rush, sending them in, taking down the houses, housing your opponent, always the best strategy, and just going in for the town center. They just rip it down, guys. It's like ants. And it's so funny because the villagers won't fight unless you tell them to, so it's just a bunch of villagers standing around. But unfortunately, yeah, plumed archer, good counter for this. So we're just taking down town centers. Probably should have gone for the castle. It costs a lot of stone. But these villagers don't auto-engage, and so now it's just a line of villagers going into death. That being said, I feel like this has pretty effectively disrupted the eco for at least the moment. Probably not as much as mine. So I don't know if I would say this is a cost-effective plan per se, and I'm pretty low on food now, so it's going to take me a while to come back, but I decide, you know what, he's got so many units here, we're just going to leave these guys as distraction, and we're going to go in, and we're going to take out purple too. Just the mad Spanish villager rush. You can't beat it. Well, you can beat it, I guess, and they are kind of beating it. All you need is military units, and especially in the Imperial Age, yeah. But did take out one town center here, took out a couple town centers here, which he's just going to rebuild, and they're already rebuilt. Yeah, that's demoralizing. Gonna go for this castle though. And castles, you know, you run out of stone in the late game, so this might actually be, maybe not this per se, but a few thousand food, even like 5,000 or 6,000 food to take down one castle. That's probably worth it. So much lag though, and they're like stuck together. They won't respawn. They're just standing here. Go, go. This castle is taking some mighty damage though. We just gotta get more of the villagers in there. Or below 1,000. Good thing you researched all those extra building HP. Can never underestimate those. Down to 100 and down to 88, and they're all dead. So close. So close, guys. So close. So, where does that leave us? Well, let's take a look at me. I've got 119. That being said, there's not too much going on for economy for me. And we're getting a push from teal. So now I'm kind of like, oh geez, maybe like we weren't quite ready for, you know, novelty attacking time. We actually have to like fight this. Luckily, my allies haven't completely given up at this point, and we've got paladins out here taking down plumed archers. And unfortunately, kind of getting flanked by the halberdiers, and we're getting a ton of plumed archers over here. Just plumed archers everywhere. Luckily, these are going to take them out, but that's just not a cost-effective trade when you start throwing halberdiers in there. And I got some mangonels. You might be saying, what good are mangonels at this point? Well, I'm probably doing the research. Please tell me I'm doing the research. I am. And I'm queuing up a lot of mangonels. You might be like, why would you queue up that many mangonels? That's stupid. Well, I'm basically out of food right now. Partially because, I don't know why. I guess I just made way too many villagers. And I'm trying to make villagers back, and I had a ton of wood and gold, so I may as well just go onagers, and we're going to throw them in. There's a lot of archers here, and gonna lose a castle. That's unfortunate. But yeah, so I'm coming back at 150, and luckily my allies are doing much better. How many? Lots of ranged units. That's weird. Okay, not sure what's going on with that. Alright, so coming out with onagers and making conquistadors. Oh, why am I queuing up so many here and none here? You know what, guys? There's a lot going on in the game. You just gotta... Oh, this is the first time he's seen these, and they just come in and they just... Yeah, this is why I love them, because it's like the more units they have, the better your onagers are. I might say they're the best unit in the game if I had to pick like a unit. Like you could say, well, the monks are the best because they can convert any other unit, and you could make arguments for like the villagers the best unit in the game. Although I think I just disproved that with my villager charge. But you know, like onagers are just better and better the more enemies you have. So I'm down here holding off this incredible spam from teal coming down here. Yeah, even those eagle warriors, just no chance, man. There's a huge spam of eagle warriors, which is a good counter to this. The only problem is, it's just, I can sacrifice one of them. I just have too many. Like, you can't go in there with pretty much anything to take this out, except maybe light cavalry. And fortunately, you know, he's mine, so he doesn't have that. Probably other onagers or bombard cannons would be the best counter to this. And I know that he doesn't have those on hand, so always making his archers. So that's not going to be too much of a threat to me. So meanwhile, red coming around, kind of missed that a little bit, but he came in with knights and some hand cannoneers. Hand cannoneers not going to be the best against. They're gonna do great against the halberdiers, of course, and they're gonna do great against the eagle warriors, not so much against the mines. How do they have so much? They don't even have trade. This is unbelievable. How do they have so much gold? Okay, well he doesn't anymore. That explains it, because that is a very expensive army composition. And anyway, so I got some bombard cannons out now, and allies very smart, going for trade on the water. I love it. And we kind of have trade going on up here, but not the best. Lots of hand cannoneers though. That's so interesting. And if you can combine that, if we could just meet up and join forces, this would be fantastic, because I could take out the archers, he could take out the halberdiers, although I'm doing an okay job against them. Anyway, what's going on? Oh yeah, so Little surprise attack. This is good. This is how you got to break up a stalemate if you're on the losing end. And yellow's got 0 military. Oh, jeez, man. So, yeah, it's basically a 2 versus 2 at this point. Come in. I just can't help but feel like maybe some archers or something. Just a bunch of siege rams. There's just too many ways to counter siege rams. Probably don't need this. Yeah, you can get that out of there. That's fine. Moving forward, taking out castles, and found stone. Precious stone. That's good. You can bet I'm going to end up mining that. Because stone in that late game, like, you need it for castles, you need it for town centers. I guess I don't need too many town centers. And yeah, that's probably a castle right there. But you know what? I had to try. And I really did think the game was in the bag when I went and did that villager rush. And I wasn't really thinking that it was kind of a 2 versus 2 happening. Well, we're getting raided in the trade, but you know, at this point, like, we're pushing so hard down here, I'm feeling like that's actually going to be okay. And it's basically a race as they're throwing up a bunch of barracks to just go halberdier spam, and probably some eagle warriors as well. Probably more eagle warriors. Great raiding unit, lots of pierce armor. So they're pushing up here, taking out our trade, and I don't have too much. Like, my eco is just everywhere. Like, let's just look at this. Like, this is crazy. I just got like a little bit. I got a bunch of buildings on fire. We have trade carts. I'm trying to open this up now because I want to trade down here. Not that much trade though. It's just, it's madness. So they're pushing in and they're putting a lot of pressure on us at the top, while at the same time we're pushing on and we're turning into like this spiral. And we must all be in the northern hemisphere because it's flushing counterclockwise, right? Yeah. The Coriolis effect, we go counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere, right? Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, this is a good counter because I think Eagle Warriors and definitely Halberdiers are going to be cost effective against Paladins. And that's the problem with Franks, is you just don't really have a whole lot to use right now. Like, I guess there's hand cannons and throwing axemen. Okay, I guess you could do that. But yeah, aside from, I guess hand cannoneers are decent. It's true. And he's got a few around. But yeah, I just find with the Franks, I never have a great combination once I, once I use the Paladins. Again, Teutons coming in and kind of taking out a bunch of my own. But you know, at this point, that's worth it. I mean, they don't have a whole lot in terms of gold. And yellow getting in on this, coming with unprotected siege. Oh, jeez. Yes, that's the problem with unprotected siege, is like one guy will do it. What's happening? Lots of room. Yep. Okay, so we're just basically abandoning up here. Like, this is just not going well. We've lost our trade. They're just running around. Is there even a point to saving it? I mean, there's a bunch of wood in these farms, but I don't know. We have resources. And I've walled this up. I do end up finishing this and this just to have like a little wall off. And I mean, I did actually get my villagers back. It's not so bad. And here's yellow. How does yellow have enough for anything? He's got, what, 1 siege? So just getting a wall of paladins. Unfortunately, I don't think paladins are even going to be cost effective here, coming in a little bit at a time, especially against conquistadors. And you just lure them with the bombard cannons, and then you just get like a little, just kind of see, and generally just try to bring your units back, and you just crush them with onagers. So wish I had siege onagers, but that'd probably be more danger than it's worth at this point. Because when units are fighting you up close, you know, they start firing at each other. It's not always the best. We're running on an hour and 45 minutes in this game, and this is with somebody dropping. This is a 3 versus 2. It's just such a close game, and yeah, it's coming in here slowly with the halberdiers. I'm just not totally sure about that because I have gunpowder, and I feel like at some point, if I do need to defend that, I have the gunpowder to fight that off. And I'm in here taking resources. I cleaned up the gold that was here. There's going to be some stone over here that I'll ultimately find. So we are completely switching bases. And what's going on? Oh yeah, they're both just setting. It's so interesting. As my army's moving forward here, their army is just going 100% for this corner. And I just don't feel like that's the best strategy at this point, because red is, of course, just going to go steal. Wasn't this Teal's old base? Isn't this like right where Teal's base was in here? I seem to remember raiding this area already. Or maybe it was in here. But yeah, so we basically switched bases. They've come in and they've taken over yellow, or they've taken over green. They've taken over his resources. That's actually probably where all the gold's coming from. It's starting to come out with arbalests. Interesting. Cheaper arbalests for the Mayans. That kind of makes sense. But I got this. This is a really interesting, I think, combination of units. Although I would probably take hand cannoneers over the skirmishers. And so we're just going to move up here. Yeah, I was saying longest game in a while. This is a long game. So we have red completely rebuilding. Wasn't red's base over here? So red's over here now. Yellow is... Actually, you know, he's actually coming back with the manga die. And... I mean, my position's over here. Yeah, not so much anymore. We're just taking these out. And I happen to have a bunch of skirmishes here, which is like the perfect counter to both of these. And we got paladins coming in. So massing at paladins, it's chaos, guys. Like red's base, I mean, I would need like a drawing to show where everybody's base is now. It's crazy. And we're just coming in and we're cleaning up. Purple now, although purple's got like nothing left here. Like we can't even say his base is over here anymore. His base is just spread out. Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, this wall is actually holding up surprisingly well. And they're moving and they had to come through the way of the castle. And, oh yeah, just those halberdiers, just clean them up. Yeah. And that's the thing, that's why I'm not going to paladins, because I know that Spanish do get paladins, but the problem is there's so many halberdiers out on the field. And I could be going conquistadors, but I'd just rather go onagers and elite skirmishers. And I thought this was an interesting choice, going heavy cavalry archer instead of manga die. And that's interesting. When I do my Mongol Civ overview, I kind of want to take a look at those, and the difference, and whether it's cost effective or not. Right, so here we go. I'm breaking through, and we're breaking the green space. I have no idea where they are at this point. I think we did kind of know there was something going on up here, but didn't really know where that was at. Anyway, cavalry archer's going to come in and clean up the... so I was telling just be careful with the cavalry archers because of halbs, and saying, well, you get a bonus against halbs, and you know what? I agree with them. That was a good call. That probably is a good counter to the halberdiers. Coming in. Yeah, you know, this doesn't matter at this point because we are pushing, and finally we got yellow coming in with a big army up here, and I don't even know where red's military is. I guess it's just got paladins and some anti-infantry units hanging around, but we're going to move in, and I think this is getting to be pretty much the end. Maybe not quite yet, because we still have to find their eco a little bit more. Archers running around the map. We just got armies everywhere. I don't know how anybody's keeping track. It's just a blur of colors. Probably friend and foe colors would have been better on this particular map. And this is good coming in. You just gotta hit and run a little bit. Solid. And right, so we found the main eco and we're busting in, and I'm coming in with the onagers and the bombard cannons, which are like MVPs of this push, guys. And so they're going to give the GG and resign, and so that is it for this game. So that was too bad about Mr. Kleekus dropping, but hopefully we can catch another game with him some other time. So here's the scores and the military. I wonder how many of those are villagers. Like, it's going to be at least 300. And I wonder how many of those were onager shots. It's yeah, hard to say. It's kind of surprising me that I guess everybody's base got destroyed. So if you work this out, this is probably a lower average collection than in most games this size. And yep, so there you go. Yeah. And yeah, so that's all of that. So I wanted to bring in that game because it had a little bit of everything. We had the scout rushes, we had night rushes, we had the Spanish villager spam, or the spam, I guess we could call it. And yellow had to rebuild, cyan had to rebuild, everybody had to rebuild. We got the onager shots, we had like the race to destroy each other's base. It just had everything. So I want to show you guys that game, and hopefully you notice a difference in terms of the quality of the video and stuff, and that's something that I'm working on trying to get better as well. And so yeah, thanks for watching everybody, and I will see you next time.